Today you will discover 5 unorthodox attacks used by Justin Gaethje, such as his signature close range kick, and a detailed breakdown of how to execute them. The first technique of Justin Gaethje, the first unorthodox attack of Justin Gaethje, is his collar tie uppercut. We see that really prominently in the Gaethje fight, where Justin Gaethje landed a hard uppercut where he grabs the head of his opponents and then basically fights an uppercut. But to set this up, or how Justin Gaethje gets the head, because you first need to close the distance, you first need to get the hand on the head of your opponent. But Justin Gaethje basically dips his head really low a lot of times, of course. That could be exploited with kicks and knees, but it works for Justin Gaethje somehow. So he dips under, and whilst he's dipping under the shot of his opponent, he basically just grabs the head at the same time. And then from that position, from down low, he fires in that uppercut. But we also saw Justin Gaethje, for example, drawing a jab a few times, and in the Gaethje fight, for example, Gaethje slipping. And whilst Gaethje is slipping, Justin Gaethje already has that hand extended because of the jab, and then he basically just grabs that and fires in another uppercut. The next attack of Justin Gaethje is what I said in the intro. It is his close range kick. Now, again, this was in the Gaethje fight where we saw that kick, and it is really interesting because it will a lot of times land, okay? Because your opponent will not expect it. For example, being in the clinch and pushing off and then throwing a kick, okay? So pushing yourself a bit further back. Justin Gaethje does a bit the same thing, but he stays close in there. So what he basically does is, whilst Justin is in the clinch, he leans over to the left side, pushes off with both hands to create space and room, and then he's basically throwing that high kick. And now, let's ignore that, guys. This kick landed flushly on the back of the head because the pushing caused Gaethje in this instant kinda to get pulled in, okay? And this exposed the back of the head. Now we come to Ilia Abturo, top Turo, guys. Justin used his uppercut again in a really unorthodox way, okay? If you want to learn how to throw uppercuts, watch Justin Gaethje, okay? He has a lot of great setups and a lot of unorthodox setups. Now, again, Justin Gaethje used uppercut again in a really unorthodox way. And for the people that watched the fight against Ilia Topuria, they all know what happened and how Justin Gaethje set up that uppercut. He basically fakes a takedown and then throws an uppercut. Now, I cannot show a lot of footage here, and maybe I need to blur something because YouTube will copyright strike me because I show footage of a recent fight in the UFC. This happens a lot of times, guys. With the Gaethje footage and so on, it's maybe okay, but I will get destroyed by YouTube if I showed it too long, so sorry, guys. So I will try to explain it, but not show a lot of footage. So basically, a few seconds before this feint, Justin shot for a takedown, making Ilia Topuria think about it, okay? Basic MMA kickboxing knowledge. Let your opponent think about an attack, then he will think about it. And then you can do something else, basic. Okay, guys. Then he shot again after he shot the first time, and it was not really Justin. I don't think Justin really wanted to get a takedown here at the first time, and then at the second time, he basically saw Ilia Topuria maybe exposing himself a bit, and then shooting again for another takedown, but he didn't commit to it again, and fired his collar tie uppercut. Now, another attack, it's not a Justin Gaethje signature move, but I found it quite interesting watching the Paddy Pimblett fight against Justin Gaethje, and this was that Justin Gaethje literally just pushes you down when you throw a low kick, or a high kick, okay? So you basically, like, there's not a lot to explain. We see, for example, here Paddy Pimblett throwing the low kick and Justin basically like pushing onto his chest, and then Paddy falls down, okay? So this is not something that I can explain a lot because it is so simple, but also really interesting. Now, the last technique of all is the uppercut switch. Now, interestingly, Paddy Pimblett landed this technique in the fight against Justin Gaethje. So he used the technique of Justin Gaethje's coach against Justin Gaethje. So what you basically do is you slip the jab of your opponent, or you can even do that without trying to slip the jab, but it is a lot more effective to do that switch when your opponent is jabbing. But you can also do the switch without any offense of your opponent because you confuse your opponent as well with that switch. But basically, your opponent jabs you, and at the same time, you basically do a switch, and then you find that uppercut, guys. And before we end the video, I just want to take a moment of silence for Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor. I see you back soon.